Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of painting the young Lady Kestrel. I am so sorry you missed how I painted the first layer of the body. Somehow I didn't get it on the video. So what I did is I used a diluted burnt sienna mixed with opera rose to achieve a orange peach color, and I apply this to the front of the kestrel. So then using burnt sienna, I applied it on the darker feathers where the spots are. Now through the whole painting I apply another layer and so on of burnt sienna, and less diluted as well as I go along, and creating with a thinner brush more detail where those feathers are by observing very carefully the reference photo. So using the burnt sienna, I'm doing some negative painting here to separate that peach colour that I originally had, and applying it on the chest area to separate the feathers and give a bit more definition where those feathers are. Now on the spots where I went darker, what I did is I used the Indian red colour, which is a Winsor Newton, and I did darken that a little bit with lamp black, sorry. So you can see the consistency I have on the plate that I'm using right now, and it is diluted in sections and darker in other sections, so I apply as I feel is right to, whether to apply the darker or the lighter sections on these dark spots. Now just to remember that I did apply masking fluid all over in areas of the head, underneath the beak where I am right now, and on some of the feathers in the body to preserve the whites. What I'm doing right now is going in between that masking fluid with a darker liquid to make shadows and separation and make it stand out when I remove the masking fluid. In this section I'm applying water, and then I will apply a very diluted solution of burnt sienna. So the solution I'm mixing is the burnt sienna with the opera rose, but I want a little bit more of burnt sienna in here. paying close attention to reference photo, I can see where the sections are of the wing, and there is quite a lot of sections, not just one big block of feather. It has got the fingers of the feathers down below as well, which you'll see that later on, and you just have to keep on looking at a reference photo and apply that carefully. We will go darker and darker as we go along. So now I'm applying the Indian red at the top there to go darker on those sections I wanted to stand out a bit more. Now let that dry and start working on the head again. So I'm applying a very thin lines on the top of the head where it is on the reference photo. Now obviously you have to go in between the masking fluid. I decided that the beak needed a little bit more colour, so I applied more to that, and it was blue with a bit of Payne's grey mixed. Here removing the masking fluid, and the masking fluid tool I use is called Mask Away, and it's pretty good. It doesn't lift the paper. I just have to do it carefully, and it does the job. It's really good. You can see more detail on the feathers now. For some reason I have jumped ahead. You can see the separation on those feathers and the dark layers underneath sections of the chest. And this section here, I actually did get it a little bit wrong because I went too far out, which I later on solve it by applying more, make it darker on that wing and bring it in a bit more, as it is on the reference photo. So I thought I'd refine a bit of the edge of the head here because I was losing it, and what I used is a bit of Winsor Violet. Just to get the edge. Not sure yet whether I am applying background color on this, like a wash of blue, to make her stand out even more, remembering that I'm also painting a branch that goes around to where my arm is at the moment and up over the head. So I didn't want to overcrowd the painting, so I'm not 100% sure, but it'd be great if you give me your comments and see what you think, whether I should apply some colour on the background as well, like a light wash or something. And if you pop it in the comments, that'd be great. It'd be great help. So I'm giving you a closer look here so you can see how I'm doing this negative painting in between the peach colour of the feathers to separate them. So very diluted bit of burnt sienna, but also you can use also the Indian red, very diluted Indian red. So you can see how those white feathers are standing out more now because I have removed the masking fluid all over the body as well. They do need more detail, which towards the painting I will apply some more detail, and later on in the next video, I think is the next video or the video after that, you will see me using watercolor pencils to help me with some more detail. So very carefully adding a bit more definition on those feathers. Just very lightly, and the little spots. Thank you very much for joining me in this journey of painting this beautiful kestrel, and I will be bringing you more videos of how my process is in painting her. So just keep a watch out, also subscribe if you can, and you will get some notifications for my next videos. And if you did like it, give us a thumbs up, that'd be great. Thank you.